I don't want to say I'm panicked. There's no part of me that thinks he's going to be a bust. I feel like like I said, if Bedard was not here, it would be a way bigger focus and a way bigger story. And all eyes would be on it. Like last year when we talked about games, because none of them mattered and there was no one there that mattered except Reichel. Mm-hmm. He was kind of it was like Reichel's corner, right?
Yeah,
like
it would have been,
we spent every post game talking about how did Lukas Reichel look tonight. Ooh. And it would have been the story and the fact that he's got 2 points. One is a secondary assist. It's like, all right, the points got to come. And I worry not so much about him like long term, but in the short term, like for a lot of these guys, this is probably the first time in his life he's gone through something like this. Playing in Germany, played his way up to being a first-round pick. Went to Rockford, played great, was their leading scorer, point per game. The game came easy to him. Even last year with the call-up, once he got a consistent run, he was producing at like a 53, 54-point pace. Great. This is probably the first time he has faced any sort of adversity with an expectation.
Yeah.
And how is he reacting? And look, and your point is correct. On the ice, he is not sulking. He's not cutting corners. He's doing everything they're asking him to do, which speaks to his character, which speaks to the coaches on his team. He's still got his head up, and he's still doing the best he can. Like you said, the Florida game, probably his best overall game, and I agree with that. But at some point, the production has to come for his sake, in my mind.
I want to make 2 quick points. Well, 3 quick points. If it wasn't Bedard and they took Adam Fantilli, maybe second or third, Fantilli's Funhouse would have been a nice segment. But the 2 more important points I want to make is one thing with like development paths and giving these guys time. And we all had expectations for Reichel. We all wanted him this year. And we saw the potential for him to be like a 40 to 50 point player this year if things went really well. Those were the hopes and expectations for us. But it also is important to preach patience, because I think one thing that with a lot of these young players in this 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old range is the impact that the COVID shutdowns and everything had on development of athletes in this time frame. Just look at a lot of these players from that 2020 draft class: Lafreniere, Byfield, Sanderson, Drysdale, Marco Rossi, Cole Perfetti. Reichel is included in that. A lot of these guys have taken a longer development than some top-end first-round picks, because a lot of them lost full or half seasons of hockey in formidable years as teenagers. And Lafreniere specifically, the top pick of that draft class, first 3 seasons in New York, had high expectations, low production, and people were in the last season and a half throwing him into trade scenarios and rumors and all this stuff and calling him a bust. 11 points in 14 games this year. So
playing with Artemi Panarin helps too.
Sure, but he played with him before. But I think a lot of patience is a good thing to be preached. Yeah. And as frustrated as we are with Reichel's lack of production right out of the gate, I think your point about when it's happening is true. So it's tough to see him come out of the gate in a year where a lot of people have expectations on him, and 2 points in 13 games. But as we get through November into December, maybe as the season goes on, he just needs a little bit of a kickstart, and we see a run of 10 points in 10 games or something like that, and we all forget about how the season started. So I think that's one of the things too, is with these guys in this age range, it might take they might all be one season behind, where you would normally expect some of these players to be.
Sorry, go ahead.
And patience. You mentioned the word patience. This is what the Blackhawks have right now,
and
it's what the fans need to have. I know, getting Connor Bedard, you're like, oh, okay, that's it. Game over. Bring in the bring in the playoffs, bring in the Stanley Cup. We're a good team now because we have this one guy. Hockey doesn't work that way, and our general manager and front office has definitely proven that they are long-term thinkers and patience. You need it. Like I even had people today when I tweeted out that Drew Commesso was a man of the show. He should be up here. Arvid Soderblom stinks. Put Drew Commesso in now. Like, no.
We live in a very reactionary
There are
culture.
zero expectations to succeed this year and probably none next year.
Right.
These are where that patience comes in. Let it all play out. But your concerns and your worries are justified. At some point, we need to start seeing that guy that we saw last season. Otherwise, the conversation goes down a different road.
We all silly like the man.